Right, we're live, apparently. Centre that, so you can see what we're doing. There we go. Right, live at 5. Or we were. Okay, right, welcome back to Robertson Co. Welcome to London. This is part 2 of a video in which we are making a diamond ring, an 18 carat yellow gold, quite dainty 2mm diamond solitaire. So in part 1, which you haven't watched, that's the previous live stream. Watch part 1. We made this mount from wire and some tubing or chenille. What we need to achieve, this is what we're making. This is the 9 carat version. So this is a 9 carat. It's a 2mm diamond, very dainty ring, 1mm halo band, 2mm diamond set in a tube, bezel set. So that is a size P. They're quite a versatile ring. You can use them as a stacking ring, standalone ring. People use them as engagement rings if they've got a 1mm halo wedding band. If you want a really delicate, dainty stack, they're a good option. They're also, because of the size of them, they're inexpensive. Relatively, you know, they're costs probably about as much as my first car. But compared to, you know, other engagement rings, they're relatively inexpensive. So yeah, we've made the mount. Let me give you a close-up of this. It's pre-polished, it's not finely polished. We're going to do that after I've set it. So it's been mechanically machine polished. So it still needs some cleaning up, but I'm going to set it. There's a little bit of extra solder on the back, but that'll give it some additional, because these are so dainty. It's a 1mm ring with a 2.6mm tube on it. So the additionals, still need to clean off some of the excess solder on the back of the setting, but I'm going to leave it there for now because it will give it extra strength while we're setting it, because I tend to push these things really a bit. You know, I go to the gym every day, and my problem is not pushing it hard enough. It's going. I tend to go too hard too fast. You need to take, with the setting, you need to take it easy, go slow and steady, and take your time. Right, if you push too hard, you have a tendency to slip. Right, to do this, I'm going to use the old school method because I don't want to take my bench peg fitting out because it's got all my solder on it. Normally what I would do is, to do setting, is take this off. If I was doing a batch of setting, put the bench mate on, and the microscope there, that microscope swings out, and the microscope makes life easier once you get the hang of it. It costs a small fortune. They cost even more now, but we're going to go the way I learned to set, and I hope this works. I haven't done this I think the last time I did this was for a video, probably in about 2019. But I've got my old peg, so the peg comes out, my normal peg comes out. This one's specifically designed for setting. Doesn't get a lot of use because, like I say, I normally use the Benchmate. And the deal with this is we're using a ring clamp, old school ring clamp. These used to be a real, that's what everyone used to use, and now with all these new settings, these old-fashioned wooden ones are not done. So with these, they're literally just, it's good for little earrings and stuff like that, and it's literally just clamped in. They do come loose, but I use the flat end for this, so it will just give the back some rigidity. The setting will actually sit there. So we need to drill a seat for the stone, use a burr for that. So that's what we're dealing with. And then I've got a series of hand tools, just the old school setting hand tools. I've got a bezel rolling tool. We'll use that, then got a burnisher, and we can then go around with this fine burnisher, which will just give it a final swell. And I've got 4 diamonds there, and beeswax. Just need to re-squidge the end of that for picking up the stones and putting them in position. Little bead, just get yourself some beeswax, turn it into I need to roll that out. Just sort of lost it's sticky enough to pick up stones, but not so sticky it leaves a residue, but it's kind of gone a bit like a candle at the minute. It's rock hard. and to get some warmth into this, I'll put that back together when we're done. It's better. Yeah, see, it's just slightly easier picking up with the wax than tweezers. I find. Putting it in, picking it back out. So let me see if I can pick up one of these diamonds on the reverse without, I don't want to drop this, it's tiny diamonds. Here's the diamonds we're working with. 2 mil. Bling bling. So yeah, we'll set this now. And then it will need polishing. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Right, I'm actually using a pendant motor here that I bought off eBay. The reason I bought this one, I was looking for one of these for a long time, is the modern pendant motors I think are too fast. So this one's really old. I had to get new brushes for it. This is a Terence Long. It's a Seiko motor manufactured by Terence Long of London. So it's made in London, but this one is a 112 horsepower and its maximum speed is 5,000 RPM, which is like half the speed of all the others, the modern ones. I find the modern ones too quick. I like them slow. Yeah, and I paid less than half the price of like hand pieces now, so much money. Back when I bought this, the hand piece was probably like 100 quid, 150 quid. I think I paid 75 quid for it, and it had like a £150 hand piece with it. Good deal. But I wouldn't recommend buying second-hand drills on the internet for your first drill. I did have a pendant motor already, but I was looking for a slower one. Because it did need new parts. But luckily, I took a bit of a gamble, and although it's old, the modern brushes fitted it. But to be honest, I could have just used the, I could have just sold it for scrap and used the handpiece. Right, will a diamond go in there? Is it deep enough? Yeah, I'm missing the microscope at this stage. Right, I think let's go a bit deeper. Yeah, with gemstone tweezers, you can easily get the diamond in, but the little bit of wax helps you just pull them out real nice and easy. Okay, that's better. Got enough metal to rub over there. Right, start the setting process with a bezel roller, going straight down and sort of rolling round. My problem doing this is I have a tendency, I'm going quite light. I quite often go too hard, too fast doing this. And it can cause, one, the potential to slipping. Two, if you press down too hard, too fast on one side, you can end up with an uneven amount of metal. The other thing with these bezel rollers you've got to remember is you really need to, when I was first using them, I had a tendency to sort of push, you know, across like that, and you really, it's almost pressing straight down, rolling in. I'm sort of rolling the, now I'm sort of rolling the bezel roller and rotating the ring clamp. Yeah, I can feel myself, I'm starting to, I have this tendency to push too hard. I'm starting to push, like to really push rather than press. It doesn't work. It's ain't called garbage, it's relatively soft. Just with a little time and patience, it goes down pretty easily. Yeah, the microscope comes in real handy at this stage, because this optifier I'm using is about 3.5 times, and you can, I think I've got the 10x's in the microscope at the minute, but I've got 20x's lenses. I think this is done, I'm just being extra at this point. I don't want to fall out live. See if we've got any wobble in there. Yep, still not. See what we're doing. Still a little bit of movement in it, so let's just clean it. Yeah, it's not going to fall out, but it's just the metal needs to be pushed down a little bit more. Right, let's test that. Right, that's pretty good. Just clean it out and give you a look at it. Got a load of wax on it at the moment. Right, it's going to need cleaning because I've got a load of wax on it from picking it up and putting it down. So it's not going to be very bling because there's a layer of wax on it. I'll rub off, but there you go. That's the bezel rolling done. Now I'm just going to burnish it. Let's use this burnisher here. Again, I'm pushing too hard and slipping. This will push down the metal, but also burnish the surface, just brighten it up a bit. This is just probably an old nail, or piece of, it probably was an old nail, steel rod in a file handle. I'm pushing too hard. Right, let me show you that. That's got a burnish finish. It brightens the surface. Just rubs off any marks you've put in with the bezel roller, gives it a little bright finish. I don't know if it's coming out. You can probably see that catching the light better now, but that's the diamond's got wax on it still, but you can see the bezel is now just burnishing it. Just evens out the pressure of the metal and gives it a little bright finish. But now what I want to do is, this here is an old polished, this is just an old burr with the end polished, rounded off. So, and what I'll do with that is actually go backwards, just round there, and it bright cuts the metal round it. If you look at a lot of the pictures of people's settings on Instagram, and if you really look at them, there's always like a jagged bits where, if you actually look at the inner ring around, especially the small stones, if you look at the inner ring, there's quite often like little, it's not a perfect circle, they're quite jaggedy, and even like mine, but this reduced, if you just get one of these and go around backwards, just pull it backwards round, it burnishes that very edge and gets rid of any of those little sort of uneven. It's almost like a sort of, rather than being perfectly round, it almost looks sort of like a flower pattern, if that makes sense. There's just these little rings. You can't notice it with the naked eye, but if you look at people's close-up pictures, because it's so magnified on social media, you'll see it. You would never see it in real life. You can just about make it out under the microscope, but it's there. Just burnish that, not pressing until I just rub that. Trying to get the wax off so it looks good on camera. It's the wax, get the wax off. It's not happening. Right, that's it, we're in. That just needs cleaning, clean the wax off the diamond, ultrasonic, and well, I'll polish it first. It needs the whole ring. So there's our bezel set. I think I'm gonna take some, I think what I'm gonna do is get a buff stick and take some metal off that bezel and go actually, there's too much metal there, so I'm actually going to take some metal off that and do that again, but exactly the same process. I'm literally just going to, it should be flush with the table. I've basically put it in slightly too deep, I think, so I want to take some metal off, thin that out, and then I probably won't even need to repeat the process, but I will, just to burnish it in. So yeah, there's a bit too much bezel on that. Although I think I'll polish it first and see what, like, even the polishing process might take it off a bit. Maybe it's just because there's wax on the diamond. Yeah, that's why the diamond's not blinging, because of the beeswax, isn't it? Yeah, the sonic will sort out. So yeah. There we go, that's the procedure for making a 2mm and 18 karat gold 2mm diamond ring that, once cleaned and polished, will bling. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you haven't, that was basically just to get the stone in. If you haven't watched part 1 where we make the mount, go back and watch part 1. And tomorrow I'll have this cleaned and polished up, and it's got to go to a customer, so it'll probably be gone by the time we do a live stream. I'll post a picture of this done on all the social medias, And on the, I can post a picture on YouTube, so it'll be in the community tab. So yeah, there will be pictures available of this everywhere. Finished, like polished, finished, and with. I'm probably going to take a little bit of metal off that bezel. It's too thick. It's too high. Right. So I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. Thanks for watching, guys, and toodles.